All right, so you're running a service-based business and you want to grow, you want to bring in more clients on a regular basis. One thing that's important to understand, especially in 2023, is that your website is going to be the central marketing hub of your business. It's not just a virtual business card that sits there to just let people know, hey, I exist. It should be and it needs to be a platform that is generating leads and bringing in more revenue into your business. If it's not doing that for you, if you don't have a website or you have a website but it's a DIY, or you paid someone's friend's cousin $100 to build one, you know uh, chances are it's not doing that for you, and that's probably something that you want to address. So in this video, I'm showing three different things that are key to having an effective website that's not just a business card that exists online, but it's actually a tool that's generating leads and revenue for your business. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to go through three different examples. And these are things that are super key to having again, an effective website. So I just picked businesses that are far away from Connecticut. This is out in somewhere in North Carolina. So number one is going to be having a call to action. So a call to action, if you're not familiar, is typically a button that will prompt a user to take an action. So for example, book now, or contact, or schedule, something along those lines. So if we're checking out this site here, we'll just say we're a new visitor in the area, maybe looking for a construction company. And we get to the page, we're kind of just scrolling through. Okay, high quality, inspiring built space. Here's a little blurb about what we do, residential, yada, yada. Okay, so now what? Where do I go? What do I do? I'm not really sure. And honestly, in today's day and age, with the way that the internet and websites and apps and everything are very distracting and very fast paced, it's very likely that a potential client gets here, doesn't know what to do, and then just leaves and moves on to the next one. So that's why it's very important that when someone has an inkling to take a next step, that option is available to them, and it's driving them to submit a lead, or driving them to pick up the phone, or whatever action makes sense for your particular business. So number two is going to be responsiveness. So this essentially just means that the website responds to whatever device is being used, whether it's a desktop or a laptop or an iPad or a phone. The vast majority of times people are actually visiting your site on mobile and not on desktop. So that's why it's extremely important. And I'll show you what this looks like. So here's the website viewing as desktop, right? If we start to adjust this browser and bring it down to, let's say, like mobile, okay, this is roughly kind of what they're going to be getting, is a site that doesn't read, doesn't work well. We need to kind of slide to the right here. It's not responsive. And so for the vast majority of people that are visiting the site, they're just getting frustrated, they're getting confused, and they're gone, right? They're not spending extra time trying to figure out your website. So that's number two, is just making sure that your site is responsive on all different devices. So we'll bring this back here. Number three is being clear on who you are and what you do, right? So as a business owner, you already know what you do. You've been doing, what you've been doing for probably a long time. You know all about your industry and your company, etc. But you have to keep in mind that potential customers, new visitors, they don't know who you are. They don't know what you do. And so when they get to your website, they need to understand those things right off the bat. So this is an example of a company here. They have actually a really interesting headline: "One tsunami can change the world." That's pretty good copywriting because it's captivating and it makes you kind of want to learn more. So then we scroll down and we don't really understand. We change the world one tsunami at a time. Okay. Again, not sure what that means. We go down here, our product, state of the art, plug and play security camera surveillance system. And so again, okay, it's a camera surveillance system, but who is it for? Is it for, and what does it have to do with tsunamis? Are we able to somehow predict a tsunami coming in? Are we, surveilling what happens after a tsunami? So this is all stuff that is not super clear. And again, you have to keep in mind that, visitors and potential clients, when they're getting to your site, they're not sticking around for 10 minutes. They're not digging deep into all of your content and all of the details. They need, quick headlines, a quick synopsis. They need to be drawn in. They need to understand quickly because they're also getting a text message. They're getting a Facebook notification. Someone from the other room is, yelling for them. So these are very, very quick, short interactions, and you have to be able to be effective in that way. So for number one, we have, again, having a call to action. Number two, we have responsiveness. And then three, we have, being clear on who you are and what you do. So just kind of on the flip side here, I'm going to show you what my own site looks like, McNulty Marketing. I would use a client site, but I don't want to, kind of throw anyone in the mix here. So I'm just going to show you what my site looks like for reference. So number one, call to action. Right up here, we have a contact button. Right here, we have a contact button. If we go down here, we have a contact button. Again, a visitor visits the site. They start to read through the information. They get a sense of what's going on. They get a sense of, is this, a business that I want to engage with in some way? And then as soon as they do have that, inkling, there's an option for them. They can click contact, and that brings them to the contact page, and they can, submit a lead here. So call to action, very important. I'm going to go back home here. Number two was responsiveness. So I'm going to show you what this looks like when a site is responsive. So here we have kind of like the desktop or laptop version. If we go down to like maybe an iPad, this starts to kind of change itself here. If we go down to mobile, again, this is all, it's adjusting itself to work well and look good on all devices. So we'll go back. Number three, just again, being clear on who you are and what you do. On the Home Hero section here, this is the first, very first thing a visitor is going to see: web design and digital marketing in the Farmington Valley. Beautiful websites and effective marketing strategies for small local businesses. So within the first 2 seconds, you know exactly, who I am and what I do, and whether or not this is a relevant business for you, and if this is something that you want to continue kind of looking through. So, the reason this is all important is because, again, the vast majority of people that are searching for a service or a product or a business, they're all going online to make their decisions, to do research, to get an understanding of what's out there. And so you can no longer have just, what's essentially a virtual business card that just sits online as your website. If you want it to be driving leads and driving revenue and driving phone calls, into your business. And so if you are, again, a service-based business, in or around the Farmington Valley, you want to grow, you want to be gaining clients on a more consistent basis, you want leads coming in through your website. Those are a few things that you can do, try to implement on your own, or you can get in touch with me. I'm happy to directly respond to any messages, lead submissions, have a one-on-one call with you to talk about your own business, to talk about your own website, and what we could be doing differently with you to actually go to that next step with your business and to start, driving more leads and more revenue. On the flip side of that, we can also discuss, what else you need to do to actually get those visitors to your site. There's free things that you can do. There's paid things that you can do. There's probably 5 or 6 things you can do on your own just to kind of improve and boost things that are already in existence, like a Google business profile and things of that nature. So reach out. I'd love to chat with you more about your business specifically, and what we could be doing to bring more clients through the door and just bring more revenue into your business.